Hello, and thank you for that warm welcome. I must say, Charlotte Tilbury loves British Vogue, and if you ever step foot into a Charlotte Tilbury head office, we have about 147 Vogue covers kind of all over our headquarters. So as I was introduced, my name is Kelly, and with me is the gorgeous Christine and the wonderful Saskia. And we are part of Charlotte's global pro team. So we've had the privilege of kind of joining Charlotte's traveling circus from London, New York, Paris, Milan, Oscars, Grammys, fashion weeks around the world, and really kind of stealing all of her backstage and red carpet beauty secrets, which we'll be sharing with you today. So we're going to be doing 2 live models, which will be projected behind me so that we can share with you lots of tips and techniques. But before we get started on the demo on our gorgeous models, I'm just going to talk a little bit about Charlotte's history and the brand. Who here already tried and loves the Charlotte Tilbury brand? Amazing. Last class as well. I don't think we had a sit, and there's always like 1 or 2 in the back that are like the super fans, like 2 hands up. So great to know that you guys are all Charlotte Tilbury fans. And actually, I'm going to kind of take you back to the beginning of Charlotte's story, which started more than kind of 25 years ago. Her brand launched 5 years ago, which is probably when you fell in love with your pillow talks and film star bronzing glows. But actually, her career launched 25 years ago now? 26?
Yeah, I
think 26 years. So she had 23 years experience before she ever launched the brand. So she was kind of doing all the shoots and shows, makeup for Kate Moss, Penelope Cruz, Amal Clooney, kind of supermodel, starlist, call-on makeup artist whenever someone needed to look and feel their very best. And she also worked behind the scenes on product development, so for a lot of the world's biggest and most innovative skincare and makeup brands that you would have already tried and loved, including Tom Ford, Helena Rubinstein. She did consulting for MAC, Chanel, Armani. So she had always been a bit of an alchemist, mixing different formulas, colors, and looks to use on her supermodel and celebrity clients. And actually, it was amazing this morning. We were talking about how Charlotte had always been kind of testing different formulas on her different friends. And I know you've known Charlotte for a really long time.
Yeah, so, I mean, as long as I've been working with Vogue, we've always worked with Charlotte. She's really very much part of our DNA.
Yeah.
And she's very close to Edward, who's my boss. But we actually launched the brand with Charlotte 5 years ago. So she was doing this big roster events in Selfridges. And we did a partnership. So Vogue and Charlotte Tilbury kind of launched the brand, which was really amazing because it felt quite momentous. And I remember Mary Greenwell came. So Mary Greenwell is another quite major makeup artist. She was makeup artist for Princess Diana, and Charlotte used to be her assistant. So it was really nice because they both came on stage and they were talking about their history together. And Mary was just saying how proud she is of Charlotte to launch the brand, and that was 5 years ago. But I think everyone in the industry is so behind Charlotte because they're just seeing like the phenomenal success of the brand and how well it's doing, and it's really resonating with people. And I mean, like, I'm obsessed. I have so many products, and actually my mum and my mother-in-law are here tonight, and I've got them obsessed with the products too, so they can attest to the fact that it is genuinely one of those brands that has just infiltrated into everyone's makeup bags, like both industry people and consumers. And I just think it's because she has that really rich history of just literally living and breathing products, and she's just incredible.
Exactly. And I think one of the things that Charlotte always stands true to is the product. So she always says, you know, you can have amazing marketing, ingenious social media, and you can have Kate Moss, you know, with your fragrance or whatever it is, and that
does help.
That does help. But that will bring someone to buy a product once. But what actually creates a cult following is what, you know, the genius behind our revolutionary products. So we're going to start talking through the techniques. Please, guys, just shout out or hands up if you have a question as we go along, because I think the biggest thing about Charlotte's brand and what she wanted to achieve with her kind of makeup revolution is taking those 23 years of experience and making her expert artistry easy and accessible to everyone. So whether you're a businesswoman or a working mom, a late night hedonist, she's got products for women with no time, and even if you don't know what to choose. So we always say it's easy to choose, easy to use, and then of course easy to gift. So we're going to hopefully simplify some of our backstage beauty secrets for you today and answer any burning questions that you have as well. So the girls have already prepped our beautiful models with a bit of skincare and a bit of base as well. What have you used, Christine?
So we started with the Magic Cream, the Eye Rescue underneath the eyes, and then we did Light Wonder, Hollywood Flawless Filter, and some Magic Away.
Amazing.
I was like, please don't make me come out here with my makeup on.
They were like, we're having the base first. And you've got as well, you did Magic Away and Wonder Glow, didn't you?
So I did Magic Cream, Magic Away, and Magic Foundation.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, the girls look amazing. And actually, one of the kind of heroes behind our brand is Magic Cream. So who's tried this? Hands up. Ah, okay. First session was like everyone had the Magic Cream. So we need to get you guys all smothered in Magic Cream before you leave. This is a product that actually got its name and cult following long before it ever launched in stores, because Charlotte used to mix it backstage. So obviously she worked with a lot of the world's biggest brands, but she'd kind of always be working to their guidelines and their budgets, and there just wasn't anything that she could find in the industry that really satisfied her needs and really instantly turned around tired, dull, lackluster skin. And when you think about Fashion Week, that's when models are kind of on and off plane, traveling circus, they're having their makeup on and off, and actually their skin is at its worst during Fashion Week when it needs to be at its best. So she created this amazing kind of secret mix that was named by the supermodels backstage. They first started calling it the Secret Cream, Charlotte's Secret Cream, and they're like kind of stealing it from her kit, trying to find out the secret recipe, and then it kind of got the name Charlotte's Magic Cream. So this is what we've used on the girls first, and it's a great massage technique. Anything that I talk through today, there's a video on the website so you can learn how to apply the technique to yourself. But this, I would have to say, in any interview or anyone asks me what my favorite product is, it would absolutely be the Magic Cream. The next product we've used on both the ladies is Wonder Glow. And whose favorite product that wasn't yours this morning?
No, that was Kathleen.
Yes,
Yeah.
favorite product. Wonder Glow, do you have it over there with you?
Mm-hmm.
So this is another hero product, and actually has won quite a few beauty awards, including the CEW, which is essentially Anna Wintour's Oscars award in makeup. And this is something that, you know, when Charlotte tells the story, she talks about the inspiration behind this was, does anyone know Gisele Bündchen, supermodel, gorgeous, Brazilian, annoying, bouncy skin? She really wanted to capture that beauty DNA in a product that not only instantly transforms the skin, but also gives you the treatment element. So it's skincare and makeup infused, and it gives you that kind of flawless filter as soon as you apply it. And then you've gone on to foundation.
Yeah, so we use the Light Wonder.
Light Wonder. So we have two. We have Light Wonder and Magic Foundation. We won't go into all the details of that. We'll answer individual questions, and actually we can prescribe to you the best kind of complexion heroes for your face and for your kind of wardrobe. But I think the biggest thing we talked about with the first group is the thing I've learned most from Charlotte, and that we kind of train our makeup artists, is that when someone sits in Charlotte's chair, she's like a beauty computer. So she sits down and you can see her kind of doing this like digital scan of the face. Okay, gorgeous eyes, amazing cheekbones. She's thinking about exactly what she wants to dial up and dial down. So we kind of say that to our customers, really think about, you know, for example, when it comes to complexion, instead of painting the whole face, it's like thinking about, okay, maybe if you have a bit of redness here, it might be full coverage. If you've got a bit more clear skin, maybe you don't need any foundation there at all. So it's about customizable foundation, and that's what a lot of our products will do. Okay, shall we start the makeup?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the Magic Away concealer, which both the girls are using now, I'm actually going to step over to the side here so that you can see it on the big screen there. This is an amazing product. And actually, one of Charlotte's things is that we all work with her in product development, and one of the promises that we kind of have as a brand is we will not launch anything to market unless we think and believe it will be the current market best. So, you know, we launched the brand without a full coverage concealer because we couldn't find one that Charlotte was completely like, she literally took 6 years to sign off this concealer. So there's a lot of concealer meetings, as you can imagine. Because I don't know about you, but a lot of concealers, if you get something too heavy and strong, it looks spot is covered, but then it looks dry and you look 78 years old. And, you know, if you get something that's a bit too thin, then it moves throughout the day. So this is kind of the perfect balance that kind of smooths over the skin and lasts throughout the day and literally magics away any imperfections.
And I love what you were saying before about how when you were testing it, it covers tattoos.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
It's that full coverage.
Yeah, and
you build it up.
And the nice thing about that, and we were doing some quick tricks on the ladies in the last class, is like everyone really wants that poreless, flawless skin, and nobody really wants to look like they have full coverage on. So the amazing thing about this concealer is you can kind of get away with not having a lot all over, but really having full coverage where you need it. And this was one of your favorite products as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it literally, it just erases everything, which is quite lovely. When you don't have a lot of time in the morning and you just want to get out the door, I just swipe it under the eyes. And that's like, if I can only have one product, that's my
That's the
hero.
go-to.
Yeah.
Exactly. Does anyone have any questions so far? I know I've kind of sped through a lot of the kind of skin prep and foundation. Yeah, in the back.
How many shades do you have in your concealer?
I think we have, 16 shades
yeah.
now, yeah. So Charlotte is really, really keen on, so even when we launched Magic Foundation, we launched, I think, originally 16 shades. And actually customers were coming back saying, we love the foundation, but actually I was number one, so I was kind of the lightest shade. And that wasn't light enough. And then some people were saying there wasn't enough darker shades. So she'll always take that customer feedback. And now we've just relaunched and have, I think, 21 shades in the range, which is amazing. So Charlotte definitely wants to Tilburyize every single woman out there. It's our mission. Yes?
The problem is when you go into a store, let's say you go to Selfridges,
Yeah.
and you want to buy a colour, you say there's 16 colours.
Yeah.
The lighting is so bad.
I knew you were going to say that, and I agree with you.
How do you know?
I You know what? I think the best thing is, honestly, I wish there was a better answer because lighting in the department stores isn't the best. And I actually think Charlotte Tilbury, we've put in fairly good lighting, but still it's in the department stores and it's never as good as daylight. I think our artists are amazing, so they're kind of used to knowing how to adjust that. But also there's no harm in asking one of the artists to take you outside with a mirror, have a little check near the door, especially in Selfridges, it's right there. So always check though, because you need to see it in the right light. Lighting is everything, for sure. Good question. Any other questions?
When I wear concealer,
Yeah.
it always goes all creasy. So is it better to set it? Is that for this one in particular? Is it better to set it? I've tried that doing with loads of powder.
The baking.
Powder, no powder. What's the best?
I think it's a combination of things. So firstly, skin prep is really important. So your makeup is only as good as the skin underneath and how you've kind of prepped it. So for example, you can put the most expensive, beautiful foundation on the world on top of kind of dry skin that's not prepped with moisturizer and it wouldn't look nice. So Magic Cream is essential, Magic Eye Rescue, that really helps. And the beauty behind that is that it's designed by a makeup artist. So it's not just actives and skincare that does it. She's thought about how will it hold the makeup, how will it work under flash photography, how will it look on the red carpet when supermodels and celebrities need to look their very best up close and in front of millions. So that's kind of her testing ground. So definitely skin prep. And then the other thing is you definitely, and we haven't gone on to powders quite yet, but the Genius powder, this is amazing. You'd be like a shade 2, so you can write that down on your list. And that's really, really microfine, so you can set underneath the eyes. And actually the other powder as well, the pressed powder. They asked me my top 3 favorites and this made the cut. Changed my mind a few times. It was a very difficult decision to make, but the powders are really good, so that will help it last throughout the day. I feel like I probably need some powder right now under these lights.
I have the same issues with under eye creasing.
Yeah.
I have to use an eye cream. Make sure you do. It just hydrates the area. It stops the lines from showing so much. And always set with the powder and leave it on for a minute or 2. Let it bake. And then you can just wipe away all the excess. I promise you, it just lasts and it helps.
It does, yeah.
Twiggy got me into baking. I'd
Yeah,
never
you have to
baked
bake.
until
Look a bit
Twiggy
weird.
joined my team. And then she was
weird
like,
at first,
Jess.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It
my,
just works.
look at Twiggy's makeup on the screen there. That is an amazing colour.
Thank you.
I'm loving that. So I haven't really spoken about the looks actually, so let's rewind and we'll come back to where we're at with skin. So in terms of kind of the Charlotte's concept of the brand, she really wanted to make that red carpet makeup made easy. So expert artistry made easy for absolutely everyone, because she'd always kind of have her friends, her clients coming to her saying, darling, what's that look you did on Kate Moss? What is that lipstick? And she'd be like, oh, I can't give it to you. It's like a different lip liner with a different lipstick mixed with a gloss and, all of her alchemy combined. And actually that's why she created the 10 iconic looks. So she could have these color curated wardrobes of 10 looks that actually have the eyes that match with the cheeks, which match with the lips. Just as you would have a professional stylist would tell you which top to wear with which trousers to wear with which shoes. Nobody helped me today, apparently. But yeah, so and no one had really done that in makeup before. It was always going to a makeup counter, and I don't know if you guys have found that really daunting, trying to choose an eye and choose an eyeliner and kind of put this mix-mash look together where she's kind of color curated it for you so you can't go wrong. So the 2 looks we're doing today are actually the Dolce Vita look on Twiggy, and the Dolce Vita look is inspired by looks she's created on, Penelope Cruz. The lipstick in that is called Penelope Pink, which is one of her long-term client and friends. I think that Christine here has done the makeup on Penelope, Monica Bellucci, Sophia Loren. So it's all of those kind of, think of those Italian actresses, Mediterranean beauties that live the Dolce Vita life. And that is our #1 requested worldwide look, probably because it's seen so much on the red carpet. It's a beautiful look that's flattering kind of universally. The other look we have, do you want me to hold that? No, you come out, do your moment. We talked about how this was going to be like a, here she goes, going out. Dun, dun, dun. So that's kind of our backstage flawless filter look. And if you think about the age we live in where everyone's cheating on Instagram and on Snapchat, and you can wake up in the morning and look completely hungover and you put on this amazing filter and suddenly you've got bigger, brighter eyes, you've got flawless skin. Charlotte was like, wait a minute, there's got to be a way I can do that with makeup. So a lot of our products are inspired of those, digital effects of Instagram. She wanted to create products that gave you that kind of flawless, poreless skin, just like you have a Snapchat filtering you at all times. So that's the second look, and that's what Christine is doing over here on Jess.
What's the hero product for that sort of poreless?
I would say, so
filter.
Hollywood Flawless Filter, this product is absolutely insane. So it's kind of, try to not think of it like a foundation. It's not a foundation, it's not a primer. It's a customizable complexion booster. So I'm going to grab kind of my color so I can show you on my skin. So this is a product that is really genius to have in your collection because you can use it in a few different ways. So the whole tagline was you can use it beneath it, blend it, boost it, or bling it. So beneath it would be using it all over your skin to give you a bit of a glow underneath your foundation. Did you do a boost it? Did you do it over top?
Yes, I did over top foundation.
So boost it is like kind of like you can literally no mirror, just kind of put it on over top. I was doing this on the last makeup class. I was like giving myself makeovers and eyeshadow looks, being like, you don't need a mirror, darlings. So anyways, you can see, does that look good? I feel like she's like, okay, a little blending. But anyways, so we can kind of throw that on. And actually that is the genius. I know it's kind of ridiculous. I'm like doing my makeup with no mirror, but Charlotte's products are designed to be super user-friendly. She always thinks about like, how would my mother do this? How would, my friend who's not a makeup artist do this? And the Hollywood Flawless Filter basically boosts your complexion. You can see it on my hand there. It gives you that kind of super starlit megawatt glow. So again, all over the face, underneath, you look so confused. I know, that's how, this product does confuse you. You just need to go home and play with it. You can mix it into your foundation. If you've got like maybe super natural skin and you don't wear a lot of makeup, you could do it all over for a night out and have that like Kardashian glow. If you're a bit like me and I like to have a bit more matte because I get shiny throughout the day, then I do it more like on the high points of the face. But yeah, you can kind of customize any foundation that you have at home with the Hollywood Flawless Filter.
I use it on top of my foundation, just here. It just gives that extra glow.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yes. And you know what, I'll never live this down, but I stood in front of Charlotte in a product development meeting and I was like, this product doesn't make sense, Charlotte. You can't have something that gives you a glow with oily skin. It doesn't make sense. It's not going to sell. And it's like our #1 selling product and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So she kind of does that all the time, though, breaking rules and beauty, that kind of things that don't make sense, but having that infusion of skincare and makeup together so that it really works. Yes?
Do you put the concealer on top of the flawless filter if you put it on your eye?
So you wouldn't want to put it maybe right underneath your eye. So I would say, depending on your skin, I mean, you look like you have amazing skin and don't wear a huge amount of makeup. I would say really nice mixed into foundation. I think that's the most common way I do it, like drop a little bit into your foundation. And then I would do your concealer after. You don't necessarily want to be high shine underneath the eyes. It's more like the high points of the face. But it's an amazing, amazing product. And actually, when you're going out in the night, you can kind of really go for it a little bit more. So there's actually, it's quite an interesting one, reshades as well, because, so I'm like a 1, I suppose, but I could also play with a 3 because it just depends how you can warm it up. There's only 6 shades, so you can use it more as a highlighter. You can use it more to like bronze you up. I put like #3 all over my body when I want to kind of have that bit of a glow. So yeah, it's one of those ones you just have to go in and play with and get one of the artists to try it on for you. So next thing we're going to talk about is contouring. This is kind of the one that I feel like a lot of people have questions about, and similar to foundation, it's really about thinking about your face shape. And actually contouring is something that is one of the most important things in makeup because anywhere you put a darker product, it gives you more depth, so it makes something look deeper. So for example, you put it underneath your cheeks, it makes them look more defined. Anywhere you put a lighter product, it makes something appear more prominent and it makes it look bigger. So when you think about that with makeup, whether you're doing eyeshadow, whether you're doing contouring, that is really all that's all the tricks that there is to being a makeup artist, is making something look bigger and brighter, making something look more defined, and actually kind of working with your facial framework. And we were saying, you know, even in the 1920s in black and white film, they used to use black shoe polish to contour and to paint their lashes and their liners because you couldn't tell the difference in black and white film and it would really define their features. We've come a long way since that, from shoe polish. And the Film Star Bronze and Glow is one of our most famous products. Do you want to maybe, I know you're kind of not doing this right now, but do you want to show a little demo on Film Star Bronze and Glow?
What's the thing that Charlotte says? Follow the...
Suck in your cheeks and follow the hollow.
Follow the hollow. I love that. Follow the hollow.
Exactly. It really is as easy as that. Like, you can do this with that. Like, if everyone just feels their cheekbones, that's exactly what you're trying to kind of lift. But it is important. Not every single face needs contouring. I feel like contouring is such a trend, but actually if you already have really high cheekbones and you have maybe petite features, if you contour, it can actually make you look more severe. So it's really just thinking about how you want to enhance your facial framework.
But also I find it's just a really good bronzer.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not massively into contouring day to day, but I just love this as a bronzer.
Exactly.
And I just like
sun-kissed glow.
Yeah, just to warm up the face when you feel like you just look really pale and really tired.
Exactly.
This is amazing at giving you a bit of a lift. And then I put the highlight on my eyelids just to make them look a bit brighter.
Yeah, exactly. And actually you're a good example because you already have quite defined cheekbones. So if you were to go like mega on contouring, it could look quite severe. And actually she's doing it more like a bronze and a soft contour, which looks amazing. And so what would you say your top 3, as they asked me in the last session, what are your top 3 Charlotte Tilbury products?
Definitely Hollywood Flawless Filter. Use it every single morning on the cheekbones.
Yeah.
Obsessed with Magic Away, as I said, to erase the dark circles. Instant Look in a Palette is one of my all-time favourites. Charlotte does these looks where it's like it has the bronzer, it has the highlighter, it has 4 different eyeshadows and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, you literally can't go wrong. And then it's got 2 blush shades, and it's called like Sweep and
Swish and Pop.
Swish and Pop. So you know that like the blush you get to swish and then the blush to pop. Like, it's really foolproof. And I have about 4 in my desk. And that thing, because we do quite a lot of events, so if I need to give my face a bit of a lift and a bit of a zhuzh at the end of the day because I'm going out, I just pull out one of those palettes and it's like my whole face in a compact.
I don't know why I didn't say that one, because that one is literally the one thing that is always
I think
in my
there's
beauty
one,
bag.
Seductive is my favourite one.
Seductive palette and the bronze. So they're amazing. So she's really kind of decoded, demystified makeup for the masses. It's like paint by numbers. Everyone's like taking notes vigorously. I love this.
Instant Look in a Palette.
So yeah, that's the Instant Look in the Palette. You could do the Seductive Beauty or the Beauty Glow. I'd say Beauty Glow is amazing. I hope that one's available online or I'm going to be in trouble, but that is my favorite. And they're super, super easy because it's all in one.
So I think what we'll do is we'll just do a round of applause for Kelly. Thank you so much.